The heartbeat of competition, the drama of the moment. This is NASCAR on Nick Blam Racing.
It's the final event of Speed Weeks and NASCAR's premier event, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode gameplay. I'm your commentator and driver of the number 83 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet for Team KAOS Racing, Mikey McBlam, and the start of the Super Bowl of stock car racing is just moments away. The 2006 running of the Daytona 500, a race of great attrition, great racing, and often great wrecking.
I'll tell you why, Mike. Because to a driver, the Daytona 500 is the most important race we run. You do not want to go home and say, I didn't give it all. I didn't give it my all. You'll put it in the wall. You'll roll it over. You'll catch it on fire. You'll wreck your teammate to win the Daytona 500. Buddy, this comes down to one thing. Checkers or wreckers. It's all or nothing.
Start your engines.
Well, here's the starting lineup. In the front row are the Napa car and the Ganassi Racing Dodge. In the second row are the UPS Ford and the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 3 are the Rubbermaid Ford and the 184 car. The fourth row has the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the 48 car. Starting the race from row 5 will be the Tide Ford and the DeWalt Power Tools Ford. In row 6, we have the Motorcraft Ford and the Mark Martin Ford. Starting from row 7 will be the Interstate Batteries Pontiac and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In the 8th row are the DuPont Chevrolet and the Target Dodge. In the 9th row, we have the 16 car and the Square D Chevrolet. In the 10th row are the 177 car and the Team Rusty Ford. Starting the race from row 11 are the 4 car and the M&M's Pontiac. The 12th row has the 98 car and the Caterpillar Dodge. Starting the race from row 13 will be the 142 car and the 26 car. In row 14, we have the Home Depot Pontiac and the Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Starting from row 15 will be the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the 12 car. In the 16th row are the Haviland Ford and the 27 car. In the 17th row are the 46 car and the Sprint Dodge. In the 18th row are the 101 car and the Citgo Ford. Starting the race from row 19 are the 1 car and the UAW Delphi Chevrolet. The 20th row has the Valvoline Pontiac and the America Online Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 21 will be the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the 63 car. And finally, Finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 5 car.
Not many changes have occurred from the 2005 to the 2006 season. Many drivers still in their respective vehicles after silly season with only a couple of changes. But there is one thing that will never change in the 500. The grip on the steering wheel, the foot on the throttle, and the desire to get the 2006 NASCAR Winston Cup Series underway as we come off turn 4 and face the start-finish line.
This is going to be, we ended the year with so much excitement last year. But folks, you ain't seen nothing yet. Get up on your feet. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
First lap of the 500 is complete, and we are off to a smoking hot lead. Of course, I did pull a little bit of a flub up on the start there. I actually jumped to second gear. I was just sleeping on the start. I was trying to time it just right, and I was just sleeping on the start. It was just a little bit of a flub up on my part, and I just allowed them to get a little bit of a jump on me. But I knew once we hit fourth gear, it was pretty much going to be a done deal. We were pulling Keller Harvick up there with us for a little while, but it seems that he has just fallen back with the rest of the field. They were about a second and a half back, and that's where the race is really going to be shaping up here. So this is it, guys. This is the end of Speed Weeks. It has been a long and fun week. Definitely a fun week, you know, getting all the qualifying done, getting all the truck race at Daytona, and the Budweiser shootout. I've still got a little bit of salt in my blood about the Budweiser shootout. But this is you see the difference with track position. You see the difference with track position. Like I said, we have a car that can go well over 195 miles per hour. And we were just stuck in traffic to where we could only go like 178 to 181. And, I mean, they were pulling off some decent blocks. I had some blocks that I had not seen them do. Usually I see them do that kind of stuff in NASCAR Thunder 2004. But not so much this one. That was kind of a new experience that I wasn't expecting to really deal with. Was the blocking and the running, you know, keeping the cars down on the bottom, like coming down to the bottom even though there was no one there. That's something I hadn't really dealt with, and even though I was like behind them, like giving them a shot or something, it just like it slowed me down versus, you know, helping them speed up, which was annoying. It was incredibly annoying. But we've held out to a dominant lead here. I want to say that, yeah, we've got this race in the bag, and by all accounts, yeah, this should be an easy dub for us. 3 Daytona 500s in a row, that would tie Jeff Gordon, I believe. I believe Jeff Gordon has 3 Daytona 500s. Could probably look that up, or just post it down in the comments below, because I may even forget that I even said that. And then I'll know once I see your guys' comments, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what this was all about. Front tires are wearing, but that's no surprise here. We've just got to make it go to about lap 9 or lap 10, and we'll bring it down pit road. But you see here, we just kind of pull away. So I think what I'm going to wind up doing, basically, is for restrictor plate races only, And this may change depending on how the points are going for us. I plan to have a seriously dominant season here this year. But this may change depending on how the points go for us at the last Talladega race. But I think these plate races, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start doing at least like last to first challenges. Because if we pull out this big of a lead early on, and there's no real racing that you can do, you know, like at least last year, like Sterling Marlin was up here with us. So like we had to kind of worry about him. We had to worry about Harvick to a certain degree, but we had Sterling Marlin up here with us. He was giving us a heck of a challenge, you know, both in the 500 and I believe in the Gatorade duels. Like he also gave us a big challenge. Now, I don't think that's going to happen this year. The car is just too fast. The car is just way too fast. We already got some takers coming down pit road here, but the car is just way too fast. Even like my worst equipment is way too fast. So the goal here is to get everything to a 3, and then we're going to leave it there. We're not going to go for any more upgrades after that. We're going to get all of our engine, our chassis, our drafting, all of that stuff. The goal is to get everything to a 3, at least as close to it as we can. Tire wear to a 3 and stuff like that. So if we do that, I believe that we will be right around where we were last season, and we won't go any further than that. Any further than that is just going to make us way too OP, and we'll be doing this at every track, and that's not really going to be all that fun. So keep in mind, these tracks are just so... You can really dominate on these tracks, especially if you have the right setup in there. Alright, we're going to be a little bit careful here, see if we can clear them going into turn 1. Yes, we can. Alright. Sorry, turn 3. Oh no, I'm talking about turn 1. Yeah. But yeah, these tracks are pretty easy. They're really easy. These are the tracks that you can really win on. Your first win will probably come at a track like this if it's not a road course or a short track or something. But yeah, your first win will likely come on a plate track. Now, keep in mind, I got snubbed out of a victory a few times, quite a few times at plate tracks, but your first win is most likely going to come here. And like, it took 4 seasons for me to even get a win. So that was, or 3 seasons. It took 3 seasons for me to get a win. That was crazy in and of itself. But we're gonna go ahead and bring it down pit road, 4 tires, fuel. Not really trying to implement any real strategy here. We remembered where the braking, what button is braking this time around. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. Leading the most laps. Keep in mind, like, that this is all about building up a good points lead. Like I said, I want to dominate this season. I feel like after 5 seasons, oh, after 4 really, but you know, the 5th, this needs to be just a straight up domination station. I need that level of just killing everyone. I kind of think I deserved it after all of that, and I probably won't. There's probably still going to be some close races. Atlanta is definitely still going to be a thing, you know, where the AI are just OP and they can stick it around the bottom. Vegas is going to be a thing, so we've got a few tracks that we're just not going to perform at, and that's just based on my ability and the AI's ability, basically. But we have a few tracks that we're just, it's known that we're just not going to do all that well on. But the racing should still be good. But I still want to just absolutely destroy these guys. I want to be the Dale Jarrett of this game for once. I want to do it. So, even though Dale Jarrett didn't really dominate all that much last season, even Dale Jr. didn't really dominate. I mean, he did really well. Obviously, he won the championship. He did really, really well, but he didn't really dominate. You know, he didn't have a safe cushion at all. I mean, you know, they won by like 30-something points over me. So, and I'm not salty about that. Like, that was, I mean, I hope this season line winds up to be very, very good and very, very fun and very entertaining. But man, there's no way that the 2005 season is probably going to come in second to this one. There's just no way. I don't think so. I think that was too good of a season. I think that was too good of a run at the end of the season. Everything was just lining up to be this Alan Kowicki style comeback, and we just missed it. I mean, like I said, 4 or 5 spots. Junior was running in the spot that would have allowed me to clinch the championship then. He was running in that for most of the race, but he picked it up towards the end, and he was able to inch me out. But it's like, man, I just, it's going to be hard for me to see how this 2006 season is going to be as exciting and as good. I think the 2005 season was definitely a peak, and then that's that. That's what you get with Winston Cup. That's what you get. Sometimes you get somebody that just runs away. Sometimes you get something that's really, really, really close. So, but I expect, like I said, I'm expecting at most tracks it's going to be some good racing. But I don't think I'm going to be running 15th like normal, you know. Like I said, Vegas, probably so. Atlanta, I'm going to be a moving chicane, just being honest. But most tracks, I'm probably going to be running up here in the top 10, top 5, and that's just going to build on itself. So in terms of like the content, it's probably going to be good, but in terms of like the overall, it's probably not going to be as exciting. Like I said, it's hard to top those kind of years. You can't just manufacture that and repeat that. You hear me, NASCAR? Are you listening to me right now? No, I joke, I kid. But man, look at the top speeds, man. We are getting upwards to 198 miles per hour. Now, the last time we were at Talladega, we had a car that was getting over 200 miles per hour. I think that's what we were peaking at. At least I know we got up to 199. And I think we hit 200 a couple of times. But man, yeah, we're in another zip code, man. This is why we probably need to go ahead, I think, for the next 2 plate races, which is going to be Talladega and then Daytona again in the summer. For the next 2 plate races, we're going to go ahead and do last to first races, and then last to first challenges, I should say. And then depending on where the points are, we'll either do the same thing with the second Talladega race, or we'll actually qualify, maybe do a mid-pack race or something like that. Because the thing is, like, I still have like sponsorship bonuses that I have to achieve. I still have those, so I need to, to make sure that I'm getting that. Otherwise, I don't want to get booted from my sponsor too prematurely, I should say. I don't want to get booted from my sponsor prematurely. We're about to catch up to the back of the pack here. I wonder if we're going to actually catch lap traffic. Field is pretty spread out. Well, not really. We got us, so like I said, we're in a zip code of our own here. Then you got a couple of packs that are kind of running close together. You got about 2-3 packs kind of running close together. And then you just have the rest of the field, like a big gaggle of race cars, and then you got like maybe that 1 or 2 people that are just kind of pulling up the rear here. We're actually catching up to them. I'm interested to see how far ahead we are. How far ahead do we actually... I mean, we're almost half a lap ahead. So that's what I'm saying, like, last to first challenge is probably going to be the way to go for the next few races, just to keep them entertaining. so I can actually talk about what's going on in the race, so I'm not rambling on about other stuff. But we're coming to 2 to go here. Again, I know that some of you wanted these races to be longer, but I just, realistically, especially with these races, I don't it was just mainly a time-consuming thing. It was just like, all right, well, I've got several series going on this channel already, and that coupled with doing, like, you know, the random 100% race, it's just a time-consuming thing, something I just couldn't do. I couldn't make work. You know, I need my. I know it's just. I know it's like a good 10 minutes difference, but those 10 minutes add up to quite a bit. Just putting that out there. You know, if you're a content creator, you definitely know. But yeah, they add up to quite a bit. It's like a, not like an exponential growth or whatever, but yeah, it's several times more than what you would think to, you know, put all of this together, put these videos together and stuff like that. So white flag is in the air, 1 to go here at Daytona. Nobody's got anything for us. Nobody has anything for us. We're about to tie Jeff Gordon's record, if it is 3. We're definitely not going to get to 7 like the King Richard Petty. But, or is it, did he win 7 Daytona 500s or just did 7 times at Daytona? Post it down in the comments below. We're coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And we have successfully done it. A three-peat at Daytona as we come to the line and win the Daytona 500, and we're wrecking across the line for some reason. I don't know why that happened. So like I said, there was no real competition. We had that little bit of a hiccup on the start. We were just realistically, we were just sleeping on the start there. But none of that mattered once we hit 4th gear and we got away from those guys, and there was nothing to really challenge us throughout the rest of the race. So obviously, that right there, lap 1, turn 2, is going to be our Sunoco race-winning moment.
It was all green flag racing in this one.
Whoa, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have the cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
The Napa car ran in clean air pretty much all race long.
Now this was a race he'll always remember. What a great feeling it must be to win a race in such a dominant fashion.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and MRN. So long, we'll see you next week at the North Carolina Speedway.
Alright guys, so here are the race results for the Daytona 500. Three-peat, baby. Three-peat. Was it ever a doubt? Was it ever a doubt? We win the Daytona 500 once again, 3rd time in a row, followed by Kevin Harvick. Dale Jarrett runs in 3rd. 4th is Mark Martin, and rounding out the top 5 is Jonathan Wolf. Sterling Marlin comes in 6th. 7th is Bobby Labonte. 8th is Matt Kenseth. 9th is Jimmy Johnson, and rounding out the top 10 is Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch was looking pretty good this Speed Weeks. So, got a few people that we don't normally see up here. Sterling Marlin, of course. But yeah, Kevin Harvick usually not running up front during these races anyway. But anyway, here we go. Here's the rest of the field where you can pick out your favorite driver. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 13th. Mike Brown in that new 98 is 16th. So not a bad race for him. He's doing well in the 98 so far since replacing Casey Kane. But We'll see how he does in the rest of the season. Anyway, winner's purse of $1.4 million, 3 lead changes, time of race 16:22, average speed of 183 miles per hour, and the average margin of victory 16.5 seconds. We were gone. We were gone. Jeremy Mayfield falls out of the race on lap 3 with possible blown engine. Ryan Newman out of the race on lap 14 with a blown engine. So he might have been the cause of that stack up that I saw a little bit earlier on. And I was thinking I was actually might catch some lapped traffic. But unfortunate for Ryan Newman, unfortunate for Jeremy Mayfield. And here are the point standings after the Daytona 500. They're pretty much going to be exactly as the race order finish was. Let's see, but we're in the points lead so far. How long can we keep that points lead? That's going to depend. But we have Kevin Harvick in second, third is Dale Jarrett, fourth is Mark Martin, rounding out the top 5, Jonathan Wolf, 6th is Sterling Marlin, 7th is Bobby Labonte, 8th is Matt Kenseth, 9th is Jimmy Johnson, and rounding out the top 10 is Kurt Busch. Like I said, Kurt Busch had a pretty decent speed week. See, he was pretty fast. So I'm looking for him, looking to see what he can do. I'm looking to see what he can do for Roush Racing. All right, so we're going to look for Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 12th. Okay, that's pretty much where he finished. I didn't see where Amy Hicks finished. That's what I was looking for. I noticed she started towards the back. Okay, she actually did gain quite a few spots. So she's been doing really well for Hensley Racing, especially at the 2-mile tracks. She's been doing really well. So looking forward to see what she can do. But anyway, let's move on through the awards for the week. Okay, we got the pole award, led the most laps of the race, and we got the fastest pace of the race. Moving up the most spots of the race is Terry Labonte. That's crucial because Terry had a terrible crash. Terry had a terrible crash in the qualifier, so he needed that. So that's going to look good for him. Ricky Wallach is the rookie of the race. I thought he was already. I guess this is his first time full season. This must be his first full season. And Jeff Purvis with the most exciting pass of the race. Wish I could have saw it, but I was too busy leading. Okay. I'm gonna stop that. Rookie of the year, Ricky Wallach. I gotta figure out what these guys' names are. I know that's Rick Edwards, that's Mike Misiak, Donnie Wolf. Is this his first time full season? I could have swore. No. He did not race a full schedule. So these guys must be their first time racing a full schedule. And I don't think Donnie Wolf made the qualifier. I think he might have got the boot. I don't think he made the race. So that's unfortunate. John, you're gonna have to take care of your brother, man. You're gonna have to set him straight. The pole awards, of course, there's only me. Jackpot 5 has not been dealt with yet. Manufacturer is 3 points ahead of Ford. And the lap champion, that's us so far. But we also had Kevin Harvick, our former teammate, who led a lap, and Dale Jarrett also led a lap. So, but yeah, we're leading so far. Expect those to rack up quite a bit. I'm trying to be Jimmy Johnson in this playthrough, and just have like a dominant season. I'm trying to have the Kevin Harvick of 2020 dominant season. I'm trying to have the Jeff Gordon from 2001 dominant type season. I'm trying to kick these guys' butts because I deserve it, dang it. But we are going to North Carolina Speedway, aka The Rockingham, one of my favorite tracks. I hate that it doesn't exist anymore, but it is what it is. But we got our money back. How about that? We got our money back. $6.3 million in the bank. We started with 6.14, so we got a little bit of a net gain after all of that. So we'll only be getting more money when we get better sponsors. And unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, we do have a long time to get, before these sponsorships are going to be up. So we got to make sure we're finishing good. So look, I know the race might have been a bit boring because I led pretty much the whole thing except for 3 laps, but I needed it. I needed it. I needed it. And I need to show these guys what's up. I know they're AI, but I'm still need to show them what's up. Because three-peat. Three-peat. The three-peat. This is our last, possibly our last season here. We're possibly going to retire after this. I need to make sure that these guys know that we're going out on top. So, that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daytona 500 here on McBlam Racing. If you enjoyed these races, I do them every weekend following the Monster Energy Cup Series, if it is still called that. And be sure to subscribe, like the video to show support for the series, comment the hypeness down below. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you at the Rock.